What's up, positive bitches? How are we doing today? If you're hearing this episode, then you are meant to be here, so keep listening. On that Bitches Positive podcast, sometimes we will laugh. Other times, baby girl, we're going to cry, but we will always walk away feeling our most empowered, positive bitch self. That is babe in true connection with herself. On this podcast, we unbecome who we are not so we can fully step into exactly who we came here to be. Can I get an amen? I'm feeling good today. I hope you are too. We recently had the Lionsgate portal on 8/8, which I felt was a huge shift in energy for me. Those energies were kicking my butt. Lionsgate portal is really for manifestation. For me, it was for releasing. And it literally took my body days to recover from all of the energy shifts that I was engaging with over this past weekend. I am saying all of this just to say, there is a new earth here, okay? There are new energies, and just make sure you're listening to your body and you take rest when you need to. I know sometimes I want to go. Just be sure you're listening to that body. With that being said, today I'm going to give you 5 secret techniques that I have used to completely upgrade my reality. Now, these can be used for spiritual protection. These can be used for manifestation, speeding those up to be more efficient. And also, they're just super simple and easy. You can do them in under 30 seconds, some of these. So we are bringing more mindfulness to how we're creating our reality in today's podcast. As conscious co-creators, we are in union with God. We are in union with our higher self. And we're here to learn, develop, and grow. And most of all, we are here to create, to see what our consciousness can do in physical form. Now, a lot of us are creating unconsciously because we're all manifesting all of the time. The real question is, am I manifesting from a space of consciousness, conscious awareness, or am I manifesting from a bunch of autopilot BS that I've learned in 5th grade, and now my 5th grade teacher is still running my life? We got to rein it in. How do you know you're not consciously manifesting? Well, look around. If you don't like your reality, it's because there's some shadows, there's some inner child, there's some wounding that is being reflected back to you, inviting you to heal. Your triggers are teaching you what is still torturing you. Your triggers are sent to you to alleviate you. If we look at these triggers and just get triggered and get mad, well, we're not doing anything. That is a waste of time. What we want to do is look at our 3D reality and understand, how is this actually reflecting something that is already within me? Your greatest life's work is yourself, specifically your internal world. And if you can get that under wraps, oh baby girl, you can really have anything. But we have to look not at who we hate out there, the parts of ourselves that we actually hate within. Because that person out there is just a reflection of some part of you that you're rejecting, you refuse to look at, or you're in denial of. And I know, since I'm a single lady now, and I hear a lot of stories from you beautiful positive bitches, that dating can be somewhat difficult. And I think that we are, and I feel it's like a feral need to want to blame all men. I get it. I understand. I get it. There are so many years and centuries of pent-up feminine rage in the collective consciousness. I understand. But we are not going to meet our husband. We're not going to get better dates. We're not going to get better friends, better job opportunities if we keep blaming our 3D reality, because that is us literally ignoring that we're the creators of it. How are we supposed to get better results if we don't shift the root cause of those results? And the root cause of our external results is ourself. So we need to start taking responsibility over the energy we're bringing to the table instead of just blaming Brad, Harry, and Barbara. We have to start looking within instead of becoming obsessed with the external. And not everything's always going to be perfect and everything's always teaching us and all that and more. Okay, fine. But we can still get a better gauge over our reality. We can take back a lot of our power. I truly think our biggest mishappen in humanity is the fact that we don't realize how much power we actually have. The first key to shifting your reality, to quantum leaping, is dun 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 dun. You use them every single day, but maybe not consciously. It's your words. Our words hold vibration, and every single time you speak something, you are speaking it into existence. You're putting momentum towards that idea. Imagine that every time you speak on something, you are watering that seed to grow into your reality. Are you using your words to water seeds you actually want to experience? Or are you saying, he's never going to call me back, no one ever likes me, all men are this, all my friends are that, all these job applications aren't going to work out? What are you actually saying to yourself? Because most of us, we just ramble, autopilot. We have no idea what we're saying. Pay attention. When you meet up with your friends, how do you speak about your life? When you're talking to your mom, how do you speak about your life? Most of us are so concerned we're getting cursed by someone else. Baby girl, you're cursing yourself. You're speaking terribly about yourself. You are cursing your life. You're speaking death over your life. The first thing I want us to really look at is in my book, Show Up As Her. Again, you can get this book in the show notes. Chapter 8 says, positive bitches speak life over their life, not death. And it's all about taking your power back from your words. The conscious question is, are my words building me or breaking me? Words are powerful. We've all been on the other side of someone's hurtful words and felt the sting that only words can provide. In that moment, we knew words have power. If someone's ever insulted you, bullied you, have been unkind to you, you know words are more than just this weird concept. You know they have power because of the way they make you feel. You've been on the other side of someone insulting you, and you know words have power because they have elicited within you some sort of emotional reaction. We've also been on the other side of words that have made us feel like we're on top of the world when our caregivers have said, I'm so proud of you. We've been deeply moved by monologues in our favorite romantic movies, felt empowered by speeches, felt heard from poems, and gotten to experience other worlds through the words in books. Words have power. They have vibration, and they, for better or worse, will affect us deeply. In the Bible, Proverbs 12:18-19, the words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. We cannot be reckless with the sword that is within our face. We cannot be reckless with what we're speaking because you're not just saying something, you are emanating vibration. You are pushing out, you are broadcasting into this energetic universe. Humans have the ability to communicate with others through our complex language systems, yet we use these systems to talk negatively about ourselves, spew hatred on the internet, and cause harm to others. Words have power. But are we using this power to break ourselves and others down rather than using words to build each other up? How are we using it? This is the biggest misuse of our power. If we knew how powerful our words were, we would cease to use them in such low vibrational ways. The power of words, it's not a new concept. This is something we've all heard before. This is me reminding you of your power. This is me reminding you of the vibration that you might be bringing into your circumstance or situations. In Proverbs 18:21, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Positive bitch tip. There's a reason they call it spelling. When we are speaking about ourselves, regardless of whether it's positive or negative, we are speaking that circumstance into existence. We are casting spells when we speak. Every single word we say holds a vibration and it affects us as well as those around us. Your words, they're things, and they take on a life of their own, especially if said enough times. The more you speak something, the more energy you are feeding that circumstance. If you are speaking positively over your life, you are speaking into existence positive circumstance. Whether or not you call it a spell, whether or not you understand how words affect you, whether or not you believe this, does not matter. Your words will come to fruition. If we are speaking negatively over ourselves or others, we are practicing dark magic. We're using our power, but in a way that harms ourselves or another. This literally is what dark magic is. Speaking your worries, your problems, gossiping, and harping on what you do not like is a negative prayer. The more you focus on what you do not like in your life, the more you are casting the spell for that circumstance. Positive bitch tip. Say what you wish to see. If you do not want to experience a certain circumstance, do not speak about that circumstance. We cannot solve problems from the same vibration the problem was created from. If you keep speaking about the problem, you will attract more momentum in relation to it. The more you say, I cannot do this, the more you will feel like you cannot do what it is you are trying to accomplish. A little tip is to change your words to, I'm trying my best and I can do whatever I put my mind to. I am doing my best and I can do whatever I put my mind to. I am going to figure out the solution. I am attracting the solution. Focus on finding the solution, attracting the solution, rather than what your problem may be. And I put a quote in here by Confucius, and it says, the man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both right. Because our words, they affect how we feel. They affect what we broadcast. They affect what we manifest. And I don't want you to think that you can never speak about something that's bothering you. If you're in a therapy session, you're in a life coaching session, you're talking to a Reiki practitioner, whatever it may be, express yourself, journal it out, cry it out, feel to heal. Yes, but don't harp on it forever. Once you've allowed yourself to have the emotional experience, it's time to now refocus, reset on the solution. I've been reading this book called The Game of Life, and something that the author put into this book, and I really like this affirmation, so I want to give it to you. Mantra moment is, I am under grace and not under law. When you feel like, I have no idea how a solution is going to come about this, I have no idea how I'm going to fix this, I really don't know what's going on, I want you to say to yourself, it doesn't matter, because I am under grace. I want to add divine. I am under divine grace and not under law. I am under divine grace and not under law. So the first secret to manifesting better, to just literally feeling better, to not cursing yourself, to protecting your life, because you got to be an active participant here. You have to show up for you. And if you're like, well, Cece, I'm doing all the work and I don't understand what's wrong. Okay, what are you saying on a daily basis? The voice we hear the most is our own, and your words are literally coding your life. I don't know how many other people have to tell us this. I really don't know. I don't know how many people have to shove this in our face for us to understand. You do not say negative things about yourself or a situation. If you don't know how it's going to unfold, say, I'm leaving it up to divine, circumstance, law, whatever you want to say. Let go and let God. But you do not curse yourself. Okay. Energetic key number 2, another secret, if you will. We cannot, okay, this is going to be one where I really need you to be strong for this one, okay, because I know you're not going to like it, but, we got to try our best here. I want you to understand that whatever you wish onto another, you're also wishing onto yourself. Whatever you wish onto another, you're sending out, and what happens? Oh, I don't know, karma. So if you're thinking about exes or men who have done you wrong, or an ex-best friend who gave you the worst of the worst betrayal, and you're sending out all this negativity to them, you're also sending that to yourself because it acts like a boomerang. You're not only broadcasting, you're attracting. And if you're broadcasting, I hope they fail. I hope they get terrible grades. I hope their life gets messed up. I hope nothing ever works out for them. You're also putting that energy onto yourself. So let's break this down a little bit. Number one, law of one. We're all connected. So really, I am you, you are me, I'm that tree is me. We're all made up of the same ingredients. We're just having different recipes. Consciousness is experiencing itself through different vessels. But when you are sending something to someone else, because that person technically is also you vibrationally, energetically, you're just sending it to yourself. It doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't help them, and actually just comes back to bite you in the butt. Only wish others well. And I know you're thinking, CC, no, I can't. You don't know what he did to me. You don't know what she said to me. You don't know what Barbara did at last week's, what is that called? Happy hour? The thing is, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? God is a God of justice. We have the law of karma. You are going to be still and you're going to pray for them. I know. Recently, it's been on my heart lately. I keep hearing God say, pray for your ex. And I'm like, oh my God, like, why? I don't want to. And then I was reminded, whatever we wish out just comes back to us. Our flesh is not always going to want to do what's actually going to help us the most spiritually and energetically, but it doesn't matter. You have to put your ego aside and remember this is an energetic universe. And there are laws that you must abide by if you want to get what it is you want. If you're not ready to say, you know what, I send them white light, whatever happens, happens. If you're not there, at least try not to send them negativity. Law of substitution, at least try to refocus on something else. So if you can't stop thinking about them and then you're getting mad and wanting to send them hate, think about toes. I don't know. Think about water bottles. Think about yoga. Think about art creation, whatever it is. Transmute the energy. But do not get stuck on sending them negative energy because you're going to technically be asking for that back. How do I pray for my quote unquote enemies or exes or whatever? And I truly do pray for every man I've ever dated. I really do. I just say, God, I send them white light. And if I know there's a specific thing like, oh, he can't see beyond his ego, he doesn't even know what he wants, this one over there is low-key addictive behavior vibes, whatever it may be, I just pray. I just pray for them because I don't know all, but God does. And I'm going to send out positivity to them. I'm going to, oh my God. I told this person I spoke to for like a blimp of time and space, it was barely a second, that I was going to pray for them, and they got so mad. They did. And then the next day I sent them this like prayer thing on Instagram and they just read it. And I was like, period. But that's my truth. Like I'm not trying to be rude. Oh my God, no, I don't want to do that. I am not on this planet to hurt people, and I'm not on this planet to spread negativity. I am here as a light worker, and I want to lead with love. So for me, it's really something I feel heavy in my chest. Like, I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to be on this continuum of everyone's just making each other worse. I know better than that, and I'm not going to be like everybody else who hates all of their exes, who's negative about everything. There's no point for me to hate anyone, and I don't. So I'm going to lead with love. I am going to send them that Bible verse. I am going to say I'm going to pray for you. And if they don't like that, that's fine. That's nothing on me. But I am responsible for how I show up, how I respond, how I react. And I want to effing pray for you. God, what the? I don't understand. Yeah. Anyway, it does not matter. It's really not about that guy. But my point is, send them love. Send them light. Send them prayers. Because you don't want to be them. And you don't want to get the negativity that you're going to send them, because then you're just collecting karma. If you want to clear karma, if you want to speed up manifestation, send them love and light. Okay. Third energetic key. In Matthew 5:38-39, Jesus basically says, "You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I tell you not to resist evil, or not to resist an evil person, but whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other to him also." So basically what this is saying is, instead of fighting fire with fire, let's bring water to the situation. Let's quell this. Let's hydrate ourselves. Let's take a step back. Let's take a breather. This past weekend or 2 weekends ago, I saw something while I was out. And I wasted no time. I took out my phone, sent a voice message to this person, like, wow, so happy I had to see that. Thank you so much. And I needed to remember my own technique, which is yellow light, which is take a breather, take 10 minutes at least, go wash your face, go to the bathroom, jump around if you need to. Yellow light means slow down, collect yourself, collect your thoughts, collect your emotions. That's what that means. At the end of the day, I'm just a girl, okay? Please. Anyway, so instead of fighting, reacting in that moment, how can we respond with our heart in alignment with who we actually are? And in a way that makes us feel good, instead of like, damn, I wish I took 5 minutes to think about what I gotta be honest, I have no regrets. But moving forward, I'm not gonna repeat that action, but I actually have zero regrets about that. Anyway, so in the book Game of Life, the author basically states that there is no evil. Now, I don't believe that. I gotta be honest. There's definitely something. There's definitely something. Her point was, resist no evil because there is none. I don't think that's what Jesus was saying. Personally, I think he was saying, just don't become the disease. If someone has an illness, don't become the illness. You know, if someone has negativity, don't become the negativity. Turn your other cheek. That's what I think it was saying. But anyway, so the author goes, are you just resisting the good in your life? Are you seeing two powers, or are you recognizing that there's really only one? Her point is that there's only God. That is the highest power. What I think would be truer in my body, what resonates with me more, and you take this and see what resonates with you, is that it's not that there's no evil. I think, there's some things out there, but I think what's more powerful? God. Every time, God, the good, the light, the harmony, the peace, the love. I think that's always more powerful in the end. So her point is, resist no evil because it doesn't exist. You're just making up that in your own mind space. I think what the actual truth would be for me is, yeah, there are some people who are dealing with demons. Yeah, there are people dealing with negativity. Yeah, there is evilness in this world because of the law of polarity. However, are you pedestaling the evilness? Are you thinking that this evil is more powerful than God? Are you thinking that the dark forces of this universe are going to win over the light? Are you acknowledging that this evil force is somehow more powerful than God, or as powerful as God? And that is when we know we made a mistake. Because at the end of the day, God, the light, the love is the most powerful force on this planet. And when I think of the book of Job, I think about how the devil met up with God and was like, I want to test one of your followers. And God let the devil intercede and test Job. God let that happen. So it's not that the devil is more powerful than God. It's not that the dark forces are more powerful than the light of the world. It's that sometimes God allows, in my belief, circumstance to unfold for a lesson, a blessing, I don't know, for us to grow. I don't have all the answers. I really don't. But that is what I'm perceiving at this point in time. Are we seeing two powers equally as powerful? Because that is a mistake, and it's not true. It's not true. So the author goes on to say we can baptize any situation for success. And how we do this is by transmuting the energy of the situation. The author was talking about how this woman was dealing with some guy she didn't like, whatever it may be. And she told the woman, you have to acknowledge God as the most powerful, and it will baptize the situation for success. And the exact words, I'm going to give it to you, is, as there is only one power, God, this man is here for my good and my prosperity. Let's say that you're trying to find a career. You would say, as there is only one power, God, my perfect job opportunity is brought to me immediately. You can replace the back end of this sentence with anything you're going through. As there is only one power, God, I am stronger than whatever my 3D circumstance shows me. As there is only one power, God, I'm going to overcome everything. As there is only one power, God, I am aligning with my destiny. You can use anything on the back end, but you're acknowledging there's only one power here. And even though there might be negative forces, the true power is from God. The fourth energetic key is pay attention to the pictures you create in your mind. If I say pink elephant, you're thinking of a pink elephant. We not just think, we see in our internal world, our mind. We picture things all of the time. And then that internal screen becomes an external one really quickly. We want to pay attention to what we're playing in our internal movie. A rich man pictures wealth. He can see it in his mind. A poor man pictures poverty. He can see it in his mind. What are you picturing? What's going on there? If you've ever gone to a scary movie, you know realistically there's nothing to be afraid of. It's a movie playing on a screen. But yet we still are like, whoa, jump scare, you know? Same thing with our mental movies. Our body believes our mental movies. So if we're picturing all the things we don't want to happen, not only are you putting your body in a fight or flight state, not only are you releasing cortisol, not only is it going to lead to weight gain or weight loss or acne or illness, you're just wasting your own mental movies. There's no point. There's no point to continuously picture what you don't want. And in fact, it hurts you because then you start to see it in the external movie, the matrix, that we reside within. Pay attention to the pictures you're creating. I want you to literally this week, every single day, ask yourself, what picture am I creating in my mind? What am I envisioning my day to look like? Break it down into daily intervals. What am I picturing my day to unfold as today? How do I see myself walking in the world? Do I see myself as being confident? Okay, well then I'm going to be confident. Do I see myself as this meek little mouse who's going to get stepped all over? All right, well then I'm going to be a meek little mouse that gets stepped on. How are you picturing yourself in relation to the external world? How are you picturing what's unfolding in your day? How are you picturing literally everything, the things that you want, the people that you want, the circumstances that you want? Are you picturing them at all? Or are you just picturing the worst case scenario? So we want to attune ourselves to not just saying right vibrational words, but having right vibrational thoughts, mental images. Because just like words are things, so are thoughts. So are these images. The fifth energetic key is to be unmoved by your 3D reality. Our 3D circumstance is delayed. It's from our past thoughts and emotions and vibration that we were exuding prior. Our spirit manifests quicker than our 3D reality. Our energy transforms quicker than our 3D reality. Our broadcast can change faster than our 3D reality. So the 3D is delayed. What you're experiencing in the present moment is actually from your past energy broadcast. If you're still experiencing things that you don't like, before you freak out and allow it to drag you down emotionally, remember, wait, this is still old stuff. This is still old stuff. If I just transformed my energy this past weekend, I'm probably going to see it next week. It's going to take a little time for the dust to settle. I want you to really think about that. Let time and space work for you. And remember how they work. Let the time and the space and the frequency and the circumstance and the people and the places, let it settle. You got to give it time to transform because it's slower than how we're transforming and feeling on the inside. And an amazing affirmation, again from the book Game of Life, is I am unmoved by external things. And we can change this up. I'm undisturbed by my 3D. I am unmoved by the 3D circumstances around me. We don't want our 3D circumstance to become another bully in our life. We don't want our 3D circumstance dictating how we're feeling all the time. Because if you let what's out there dictate how you feel, you are a slave to so many things outside of yourself. To Brad and Harry and Barbara. Yep, you're a slave to all of them. Did you come here to just allow other people to force you to feel certain things? Or did you come here to be a conscious, autonomous, participating individual? Which one is it? And I know it's not always so easy to, and I'm not saying to ignore your 3D circumstance. Acknowledge it. Oh, this is what it is. This is from my past energy. I'm not saying blah, 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 hands in my ears. I'm not going to look at anything. No, acknowledge it, understand it, use it to understand where your vibration is and was, and then reset, refocus on what you want to feel. And tell yourself, I'm unmoved by this because I know it's past stuff and I'm shifting. I'm shifting into higher states of consciousness. I'm shifting how I'm feeling on a daily basis. I'm choosing to feel better, do better, see better. Look for what it is you want. I know so many people say, oh, it comes when you least expect it, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me not to look for what you want. Hello? What? I don't look for things I don't want to know. Like if I don't want to know what's going on your phone, I'm not going to look because I don't want to know. However, I look for things that I want to find. And I don't understand when manifestation coach people are like, don't look for it because it comes when you least expect it. What are you talking about? That makes no sense. Look for what it is you want to see in your reality. If you want to attract love, look for all the people in love. Oh my God, they have love. That's amazing. They have love. Oh my God, that's amazing. I feel love for myself. I feel love for my siblings. I feel love for my community. Look for what it is you want. Okay, in your reality and celebrate when it's there. But do not let your reality, if it's not what you want, disturb you. Acknowledge it, honor it, understand it, refine your focus and your vibration. And that will move you in the right direction. I love you so, so, so much. And as always, the sparkle in me honors the sparkle in you, girl. Don't forget to grab your copy of Show Up As Her so you can stay tuned in with all of the energy teachings